Welcome back, guys. Thanks for taking time to spend a little time with me. I always appreciate that. And here we are, the most polarizing game in the gaming industry, Madden. You either hate it or you love it, but for whatever reason, everybody wants to hear about it or talk about it. So here we are. We're going to talk about Madden 25. I have not looked at this article. Some of this information we may or may not already know. We got some of the leaks. Shout outs to guys like Mike Straw. Shout outs to guys like Eric Rayweather who mentioned some of this stuff yesterday. But here we are, the official article, and I figure I would do something different today. I'm going to read this in real time so you guys can see my reaction. This is not a live stream. I know some people are confused when I post videos like this. It's a premiere. So if you're watching it in real time, it is a premiere. You can chat with others. I probably will be watching it along with you to chat with you, but it is not a live stream. All right, now before we get started, I'm definitely going to remind you guys, man, if at any point you like what you see in this video, do me a favor and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course, turn on those notifications. All right, let's get to it, man. So let's see what they're talking about here. Of course, it's just the introduction right here. Welcome to Madden 25. It's basically telling you that the team will be providing information here via Gridiron Notes, yada, yada, yada. The game will launch on August 16th, and it says you can expect to see future deep dives about topics like gameplay, franchise, presentation, superstar, ultimate team, and more. There you have it. So it says here, today we are covering the high-level features in Madden 25. Before we get into the specifics, our team wanted to share the vision of the game this year. Let's read the vision. Bottom line, the goal for Madden 25 is to look, feel, and sound different. Okay? You have my attention because you guys may have heard me say last night on the Sim Standard Power Hour, a simulation game should play and look like a real life game. So as much as I talk about simulation, of course I'm a hardcore gameplay guy, but I'm also as passionate about presentation and features. So it says here, their goal was to have a look, feel, and sound that is different. All right, from the first time you fire it up and press start, it says the start screen to the menus to the new commentary and inside the game, from the NFL draft and all the way to the Super Bowl trophy presentation. This was the commitment from the team. We can't wait to share more with you in future deep dives coming later this summer. All right, so already this is something that I would say they desperately needed to do. I talked about the comparison of college football 25 and everything that we're hearing about that and what they're bringing to the table there. You cannot have a lackluster effort for Madden. Madden needs to be on the same level. Both of these games should be where we're all looking at them and saying, whoa, okay, I see what y'all did this year. Shouldn't be that one is better than the other. Yeah, they should feel a little different in terms of atmosphere and all that type of stuff and the style of play. But across the board, I said last night, the features on field and presentation that are in college football 25 better be in Madden 25. Makes no sense that they wouldn't be. It's the same engine, made in the same building. Let's read. Gameplay. Here at our Tiburon Tiburon studio, we know that what's most important to players, and that's a deep, authentic experience delivering control on the sticks with this year's feature set, which includes physics-based tackling, powered by Boom Tech, signature styles, new mechanics with ball carriers, and catching, and pre-play, and a focus on football fundamentals within blocking, playbooks, and more. Players will have more control than ever before in Madden 25, okay? Boom Tech. In Madden NFL 23, the team introduced the Field Sense animation branching system to deliver on control, rather than outcomes that feel more scripted or predetermined. This year in Madden NFL 25, that vision is being accelerated with the introduction of Boom Tech, our new gameplay innovation that has been over 2 years in the making. That, my friends, that right there catches my eye and ears. This is something that's been in development for 2 years. What does that mean to me? it means something that I hoped for and that I mentioned about college football. This to me would mean that you were building these games together, so to speak. Of course, you have to put out Madden on a yearly basis, but this would tell me that possibly they were doing things as they were building college football that they knew that they were going to introduce in the same year that Madden would be delivered, and in this case, Madden 25. I can't confirm that, but that's what it sounds like, because people are also talking about the physics-based tackling and things of that nature in CFB 25. So if this was 2 years in the making, that means that they were making this as Madden 24 was being released. Or Madden 23 for that matter. Okay, interesting. The features that make up the BoomTech gameplay package are physics-based tackling. Feel realistic control with every tackle, so you can cut loose and attack the ball with powerful hit sticks, cut sticks, trucks, dives, and stiff arms. The new data-driven physics system considers timing, momentum, weight, speed, strength, and player ratings to inform one-on-one ball carrier impact and determine the branching animation to a wider variety of explosive and authentic physical outcomes while keeping players in full control. Let the record show that you've heard myself, my good brother Smitty, my good brother Azurfek. More recently, me and Smitty, we have been saying for years, weight, momentum has to be a part of any physical football outcome. If you're going to introduce physics in any game, any sports game, weight and momentum should play a factor. We also heard Clint Oldenburg say a year or two ago that what they were attempting to do with Madden is kind of marry, have a perfect storm of animation meets physics, right? Because most of us wanted a full physics engine, kind of like Backbreaker was for some of you guys who remember that. But EA used to always tell me, even when Rex was there, hey, that's kind of difficult to make the game look pretty, excuse me, and also respect physics. Okay, I get it. So you've heard me say for years, you need to find a way to have outstanding animation in terms of animation quality, depth, library, and allow physics to augment the scenario to produce said animation. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with animation and physics working together if it's realistic and certain factors like weight and momentum and speed and all those type of things, strength goes into that. And the proper animation displays based on the physical interaction, fine with me. This is what they have claiming to have produced with BoomTech and physics-based tackling. TBD. TBD, we'll see. But I like what I'm hearing here. I really like what I'm hearing here. Reloaded hit stick. The one, the only, the legendary hit stick has been refreshed, reloaded, and reimagined to celebrate 20 years as a Madden NFL feature. Bring power in every phase of the game with a timing-based mechanic that provides harder hitting control determined by angle of impact, stick skill, and accuracy for cut sticks, big hits, and trucks, with more realistic physical movements and results. Get the immediate on-field feedback with visual indicators, new impactful tackle sound effects, and control rumble haptics on the controller. And it says where applicable. Okay. Now, this kind of reminds me a little bit of Force Impact. If you remember from the original Madden 25, I talked about this last night as well with Smitty on the Sim Standard Power Hour. Okay, so I'm not mad at this at all, because one thing that I hate about hit sticks, I hate two things. I always felt like it was too easy to land, and number two, I hate that fumbles are tied to it in a way. where if you land a certain hit stick, it was a very high percentage of a fumble. I hate that. Now, I'm not saying that that's not going to be the case here. I don't see anything here talking about fumbles being any different. But what I like is the fact that you have to time it right, and it has to be the angle in which you come in should determine the success. And it kind of sounds like where you hit someone will determine if a tackle is broken or not, or has the possibility of being broken. That's real physics, in my opinion. So we shall see how this works, but so far so good. Ball carrier control. Run the rock with confidence and command. A new ball carrier balance and recovery system determines a specific boom tech branching animation based on the quality of the hit and the ratings of the players involved. Get the control you need to counter the hit stick, break the tackle, and recover your balance. Okay? Sounds pretty good. We'll have to see how that plays out. Now, this one right here I really like. Just the title. Foundational football. Let's see what they have to say here. Core gameplay is back with the newest iteration of Field Sense. Get increased control across key areas, including innovative passing. Innovative passing. Here's my question. I'm going to pause real quick. Have they gone away from free-form passing? Is it going to be the same passing mechanic that they're advertising in CFB 25? With them both being on the same engine, one would say maybe they're gone with that. But I am curious to see what they mean here when it says innovative passing, because for one, I was a fan and still is a fan of free-form passing because it allows me to place the ball where I want it to go. But if this newer system is the same as what they're advertising in college football, and people are saying that it allows you the same precision, and some people are saying they like it a little better than freeform, I'm all for it. But the fact that they're advertising it here saying innovative passing, I'm curious to know what that is. So again, it says get increased control across key areas, including innovative passing, catching, blocking, and coverages, along with advanced ball carrier mechanics for more dynamic and realistic playmaking. New playbooks capture the game's most intensive and explosive plays to align with today's NFL play styles for a wider variety of valuable game plans and more strategy in all three phases. Authentic pre-snap and post-play animations deliver a whole new level of authenticity and immersion. So that sounds like the walk-ups might be back the same way we heard that they're back in college football. While all new intelligent ball carrier mechanics provide explosive movement and a more control between downs. We can't wait to dive deep into gameplay next to expand on all the new upgrades. Okay? All sounds good. We'll wait for the deep dive, but more importantly, we'll wait until we have the game in hand. I hope a beta is following very soon, since the 13th is, most people were thinking that was the day the beta was supposed to be available, which was yesterday, so we shall see. NFL immersion. Earlier, we mentioned the team's focus on ensuring that Madden NFL looks, feels, and sounds different. The delivery of these features comes down to one huge team focus: immersion. Come on, man, you're speaking my language now. Where am I at? I missed the word. Here we go. Dive deeper than ever into the NFL game day experience with an immersive feature set that brings players closer to the NFL, to NFL action than ever before across game mode. Sorry, guys, I'm adding words myself into these sentences, so let me read that again to make sure I didn't miss it. It says, dive deeper than ever into the NFL game day experience with an immersive feature set that brings players closer to NFL action than ever before across game modes, from realistic franchise changes to 2 brand new commentary crews. You'll feel so close to the gridiron, you can almost smell the all-new 3D turf. 3D turf. Now, I heard people who play college football say that the game looks different, even the grass, and here we are. See, guys, I'm using a little bit of common sense here. Some of y'all who have heard me talk about this pre-seeing this information, I said that it would make no sense for the two football games to not share these assets. And if they would have done that, if they would have gone in complete separate different directions with the way football itself was being presented, I was gonna be pissed off. It sounds like they are in lockstep. But what catches my eye here is 2 brand new commentary crews. We've been asking for that for years. Looks like we got it. We shall see. We shall see. And it says that this will be on Xbox Series XS, PC, and PS5. Let's continue, shall we? Whoa, look at this. Franchise overview. Okay. You really have my attention now. Let's see. Franchise mode is revamped and recharged with features that build on the realism and immersion. Let's see. NFL Draft Night in franchise is more authentic than ever. Gotta stop myself on that one. My fellow franchise members, players, lovers, whatever you want to call it. How long have we talked about the boring franchise, not even franchise, but draft presentation? Are you telling me that they finally changed that? Let's read this again. NFL Draft Night in franchise is more authentic than ever, with a rebuilt environment, fresh player fits, iconic moments, a draft prospect board that's easier to navigate, and real-time draft grades, okay? See inside team war rooms and green rooms as the night progresses. Then meet Roger Goodell on a new NFL draft stage in a fresh fit that suits you. Okay. We shall see. I like it. Like I said, simulation to me is on and off the field, on field and presentation. This is immersion. We shall see. Sounds good. It says manage personalities through dynamic storylines in team meeting rooms, coaches' offices, press conferences, and practice sidelines. Now, the practice sidelines is interesting to me. I really want to know what that means. We've kind of seen meeting rooms, not necessarily meeting rooms, but we've seen coach offices and press conferences with the new, well, it's not new now, but with the scenario engine. They tried to deliver that, but we know how mundane and boring the scenario engine was. But I'm curious to know what this means where it references practice sidelines, meeting rooms, and it says dynamic storylines. It kind of feels like it could still be something like the scenario engine, maybe deeper, but that is TBD as well. I'm curious to see what that is, but the one that really catches my eye is practice sidelines. Franchise Central provides simplified lead creation tools and delivers more important information at your fingertips, including personal messages and top stories that make your franchise experience feel more like the NFL in every moment. That's a welcome addition, and hopefully all this stuff works as advertised. Core depth improvements featuring team and rookie records, improved team roster AI for free agency and draft selections, new draft stories and generators, refined player progression logic focused on younger and older players, revamped news content focused on important games every week, and female models in Creative Coach for the first time, as well as fresh Super Bowl celebration experience. Okay, now there's a lot of stuff in there that I would like to talk about really quick. We got to see what these draft stories are going to be. It says new draft stories. They need to be deep. Because again, that's a miss not having the ability to export from college to NFL. So without being able to have those storylines, that would have been my ultimate idea, is that they built these games connected to where whatever you did over there, if you chose that to happen, you could have it replicate in Madden. So your draft class literally would be your dynasty. I could go so far with that. Obviously, I didn't do that, but so without that being possible, then definitely you need to have deep and realistic and a multitude of draft stories, pre-draft stories. It's cool that they have the female characters because there are females who played women. I want to be careful with the wording there. It's 2024, y'all know, there are all types of genders who play Madden, and some of them would like to represent as a female. So I think that's important to be inclusive. What else? There was something else in there. Progression logic based on younger and older players, that is definitely TBD. This is something that many of us have complained about that just doesn't appear to be right in any previous Madden. And then also, man, important information about games every week. I think it definitely needs more of that. It needs more of your game feeling, your franchise feeling live. We need more of that. Make it feel live. Emphasize important games, emphasize rivalry games, emphasize outcomes, things like that. We shall see. Now, what I have not seen so far, haven't seen any mention of a pre-game, post-game, halftime show. So that is TBD. It did say presentation though. So maybe that's a part of the presentation that they're just not diving into yet. So I'm not going to jump to conclusions. We'll see. The next thing on the list here says tuning and progression across multiple franchise systems has been altered to ensure teams are smarter and reflecting real NFL strategy. Okay. And then it says cross-play in franchise will launch in Madden 25 after a successful beta via a live service update at the holiday last year. Okay, that's cool. That's cool for those who want to rock out like that. One more thing. It's Team Builder. Whoa. Okay. Many people have asked for create a team in Madden. Here it is. And again, this is something that CFB 25 is bringing. Obviously, they're utilizing that same feature in Madden. Makes perfect sense, right? It says, from our franchise fans, we heard the desire for more customization. Introducing Team Builder. Design your own team using the customization tools available on the Team Builder website. Upload your own logos and personalize your team uniforms, helmets, and field. Once created, import your team into your franchise and dominate for the Super Bowl glory. Share your creations or explore the download center for other teams created by the community. Stay tuned for more information about Team Builder coming later this summer. Great job, because there is a crowd for that. Hey, I might even start a franchise with a generic team. We'll see. But I'm lying, because I always got to play with my Steelers. Let's see. There's a little note here. It says Team Builder content can be used in online franchise modes. Internet connection and EA account required. Okay, cool. That's cool that you can, wow. I wonder if you're able to have a bunch of people create teams. So I know, a lot of times when I was playing online franchise, I would play in the Sim Standard League franchise that, our boy Azur is the main commissioner for. I wonder if you could do, let's say we got 32 players or whatever, and we all create a team. That would be kind of dope if we could all create a team and play a franchise. That would be interesting. Let's see how that unfolds. Let's see. It says updates to franchise mode described here are only available on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Presentation overview. New broadcast teams and commentary add the most immersive audio experience in years. We've added crowd audio sourced from the 2023 NFL season's Monday Night Football games and NFL films, so it doesn't just feel like realistic crowd noise. It is real crowd noise. Again, this is features that they've taken and that was utilized in college football 25. On-field sound effects have been increased and refreshed, pad collisions, grunts, exertions, etc., to now include over 500 samples. Okay, the more the better. New pre-game montages in Superstar and Ultimate Team focus more on your players and their storylines. Re-energized environments and camera angles bring an upgraded perspective from kickoff to Super Bowl celebrations. Did we mention a new score bug at the bottom of the screen? Okay, no you didn't, but there we are. Commentary teams. Play-by-play never sounded so good. Two new teams joined the booth to accompany Brandon Garden and Charles Davis for the first time in 8 years. Mike Tirico and former NFL tight end Greg Olsen are paired up along with Kate Scott and former NFL quarterback Brock Hurd. I think that's how you say his last name. These new teams are here to refresh your Madden NFL experience and bring it to life with over 42,000 fresh recordings at launch with multiple in-season updates to keep it fresh. New commentary, and it's just saying, is only available PS5, Xbox Series, and PC only. Now, one thing I want to say about commentary. Last night, when Smitty and I on the show, I asked the question, who would the commentary teams be that wouldn't break the bank? You wouldn't expect it to be the marquee guys like Romo and Nance. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Troy and Joe. This kind of makes sense. You know, Mike Tirico is a bigger name, so he may have cost a little more. Greg Olsen, slightly lower tier. You understand what I'm saying? So those are probably, the more costly. And then, Kate and Brock wouldn't have cost that much. So this is right about what I expected. I just didn't know who those people would be, because my comment was I don't think it's going to be where they're going to break the bank. It's going to be guys that might have a little more cachet than Brandon and Charles, or maybe right on the same level. So these four individuals, to me, line up with that. With Mike Tirico is a larger name. It'd be interesting to know what they had to pay, and we'll never know that. But, I'm curious to know how much it costs for those four individuals. Live game modes. Whether you like to team up with friends, go solo, or take on the best competition, there is a Madden NFL mode for you. Last season, the addition of crossplay made these modes even more accessible. With the addition of crossplay to franchise last holiday season, all the top modes are now compatible in Madden 25. These experiences have fresh new ways to play Madden 25 and are constantly being updated all season long. For you, that means new rewards, feature releases, theme programs, and the ability to customize your style and skills in Superstar. Okay, they talk about Superstar and Ultimate Team. Not really my thing, so I'm not really going to go too far into that because I can't elaborate on it. Also, they're talking about Superstar here. Like I said, not really my thing. So, not much I could say, although we do already know this. We know this is that you can transition your Road to Glory character from college football into Madden, so we know that. Is there anything here? And I promise you guys, I'm not skipping this because I don't care about it. It's just that I don't play it, so I can't say whether it's a good addition or not because I don't know what was missing, if that makes sense. But there you are. There are some additions to Superstar. So if you guys want to look into that, please feel free. Same thing with Ultimate Team. I don't play Ultimate Team, so I couldn't really give my opinion on, yay, this is good or it's bad. But there are some additions here for Ultimate Team. Online head-to-head. It says, climb redesigned leaderboards by playing competitive seasons and mastering the new ranked structure in head-to-head divisions. Progress through division to gauge success. Only the best of the best will qualify for a spot in the elite top 100 division. Okay, that's interesting. Gives you a little competitiveness in head-to-head. Experience improved online games through enhancements to the Madden NFL 25 matchmaking system based on extensive data and research into what kinds of matchups players enjoy the most. Several new factors will be considered when matchmaking with an opponent, including your current division and playstyle. And it says ranked updates to online head-to-head described here only are available. Well, it's just telling us it's only available on the new systems, the current consoles and PC. And other than that, man, it just says thank you for checking out the first edition of Gridiron Notes for Madden 25. Hopefully this overview helps you get a feel for where we are headed this season. We can't wait to deep dive deeper into gameplay and modes coming up later this summer. Let's take a look at the pre-order details and what you can receive from each edition of Madden 25. I'll just let y'all look at this real quick. Your standard edition, this is what you get. All right. Deluxe edition, this is what you get. MVP bundle. This might be interesting to some of you. Some people may want to get both Madden and college football, and there you are. All right? There you have it. But outside of that, man, listen, I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts in real time, my overall thoughts. Listen, this all sounds good. Let's wait for the deep dives to get more in-depth information, because I definitely want to hear more about what's going on and what's been done in franchise and see it. There's some things that wasn't necessarily mentioned. Is scouting any different? Even though scouting had a change a few years ago, but I'm saying, what's been refined there? Is there any refinements in free agency? That dynamic storylines, is that still the scenario engine? Is it something different? Has there been any changes to coaching trees and, D coordinators, offensive coordinators, and all of that stuff, schemes, all of that stuff? Again, there will be a franchise deep dive to explore that. So this is kind of just introducing some of the high-level features. Gameplay also, everything that I see here, the boom technology, physics-based tackling sounds great. Redesigns in the hit stick sounds good. Ball carrier control, foundational football. But what does all of that entail? Like, again, is it the new passing system? Is it still freeform? But it says innovative passing. Is there a new kick meter like it is in college football? So I would like to see the in-depth details about gameplay. What's going on in the trenches? You know what I mean? Because trenches was a part of gameplay deep dive in college football. So is that also going to be a part of the deep dive here in Madden? So it's a lot of, unanswered questions, but rightfully so. They're not going to tell you everything. That's the reason why they have these deep dives for each individual thing. These are just the high-level things. And I understand what high-level means, being in management, even on my JLB. I understand when we give you high levels and then we'll give you a presentation to break down and, understand what that term means. So they're not going to tell us each and every detail of gameplay, franchise, presentation. But even with presentation, I want to know what is all encompassed in that. Is there more additions to home field advantage, composure? Is any of those elements that we heard from in college football in Madden? Is the weather going to be a part of it? You know what I'm saying? All of those things that college football is bringing, I would assume these same things will apply in Madden, but it's never safe to assume. But again, from what we're seeing here, sounds good, but ultimately it comes down to how this stuff works and plays out. Everything with me is TBD, right? I don't get too high, I don't get too low. I am excited by the information that we're hearing about in Madden 25 and college football 25, but what will tell the story is actual hands-on time and, seeing how these things progress. And that's just how it goes. But outside of that, sounds good, man. I would definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. So for you guys who are not seeing this in real time during the premiere, definitely get in the comments. I'll be checking them out. We'll more than likely be replying to some of the comments as well. I want to hear your thoughts as you have listened to mine. So again, the last but not least, I would just say, hey man, listen, good information. It sounds like it's possible that we'll have two good football games, possibly. At least you may have one or the other. So there's, options there. And yeah, let's just see what they do with it. Well, all right, that's going to do for me. That's going to do it for me, guys. That's going to wrap up this video. And before I go, of course, I will remind you again, if you haven't, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications. And outside of that, I shall catch you in the next one. Let me know what you think. Peace.